Welcome to Mr. Moon has left the building. I am Sam Palmer.
And I am Addy Chard. How you doing, Sam? How you feeling now the season's ended?
Relieved.
Relieved.
Just kind of over it. It was kind of like that for the last few games, wasn't it? Yeah, bit relieved it's all done.
Yeah, it's like end of an era, start of a new era.
Bit of a downer, wasn't it? The last game of the season, like considering that's what every football fan wanted it to come to, it was real rubbish, wasn't
it? City scoring within the first 2 minutes was just like that. All that anticipation for the final game.
Yeah.
It was just like that.
And then even when we got to 2-1, it just, like, we didn't even feel like it was ever at 2-1, did it? It was like, I don't know, we just never felt at it. We never had a go. It was just a pathetic performance, really.
Yeah, it was one of the most one-sided games you'll ever see. And we just had no real ambition to try and get at them at all, did we? It was that damage limitation from the word go, wasn't it?
Which was weird. And maybe did that sum up Moyes' West Ham era?
Yeah, maybe. I think some of those away defeats that we'd had recently, he just didn't want to go out like that and get a good ironing against City, did he?
No, but I think at least if you'd have gone for it a little bit, I don't know, if you were going to just be safe like that, I would have kind of liked seeing George Murphy play, I think. But yeah, it was sad. It was, I don't know, like some of the performances from the players on Sunday were outright. I think Antonio lost the ball every touch he had. I thought Paqueta was not very good again.
Poor again, wasn't
And
he?
I was thinking, if that's your audition for City, we missed Bowen massively.
Yeah.
We miss Alvarez in that midfield. I don't know. There seems to be a problem there, doesn't there?
Yeah, I mean, apparently he fell out with Billy McKinley was the person he fell out with, and then Moyes got involved, and that's why he's been dropped. But hopefully now, it's the end of the Moyes era, he can get back in the team because I don't understand why he's not playing.
No, because especially if you're going defensive.
Yeah.
And so I suppose, it was a bit of an anticlimax. Obviously, Arsenal actually was losing for most of the game as well, and then they ended up winning. Weirdly, I feel that Arsenal were the best team this year.
I do too. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, it feels like Arsenal were really good this season. But City, I guess we're just so used to City just winning. We just take it for granted.
He said, I saw yesterday, Phil Foden has got 6 Premier League winners' medals at 23.
That's just outrageous, isn't it?
Do you think, for me, I think he is. Do you think he's a shout for Ballon d'Or this year?
He's got to be in the conversation, isn't he? He's had such a good season.
I think he's going to come to Euros, isn't it?
Do you think that will?
Well, I would, if I'm looking at it, who are in it, I would think probably Bellingham, Vinicius.
Yeah,
I think those two are definitely in it, and with winning the league, and if they win the Champions League, and then if one of them goes on to win the Euros as well, I think you're probably going to see one of those two. But Foden, I just think I actually think he may be England's best ever player. Like, he could be.
Potentially, I agree. Totally agree with that.
Because if you look at him compared to Gascoigne, for example, he's a much better player than Gascoigne. Like, technically, so much better. I know Gascoigne played like that bit of freedom a little bit, but this kid I think he's so special. I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
If England cannot get him starting in that centre, then there's something wrong.
He has to. He's wasted out wide on either of the sides. He's wasted. Has to be number 10. Just with ideally with the free role, but just central. Just play him central.
It's incredible what he does, isn't it? That first goal, the way he turned his body, and then the shot was it was outstanding. I would think if you're a coach trying to, that's exactly what you're trying to coach a kid. It is like I love watching him. I think so I actually said this in the game. Does anyone actually enjoy watching City play?
No, I think we said this before, haven't we? A lot of their games, it's just pretty boring, isn't it? Just pass, 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 pass. Yeah, it's no.
And yet every
No,
team
yeah,
is obsessed with doing it.
I know.
And look, that's actually not actually a diss at Man City because they are the best at it. And it's a real, you've got to be so mentally strong to keep doing that, to not just go for it when the opportunity, they're looking for a certain opportunity to actually take that shot.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if I'd want to watch that every week.
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not often great to watch.
No, but would I like to win?
think
Yes. Like would I like? Yeah, I suppose you would, but it wouldn't be my kind of football I'd really want to watch.
No, it's not very exciting, is it?
I don't think so. But yet people talk about it's the most exciting thing in the world. But so I suppose some people do find it exciting. But I don't know if they just bought into this. That's what's exciting now.
Yeah, everyone wants to play total football now, and everyone's just bought into it. But I'd rather watch a team that's a lot more direct. To be honest, I get more excited about watching games like that.
So do I. It's weird.
Yeah.
I like that. I was listening to Onana the other day. He was on a podcast with Gary Neville. I haven't finished it all, but he was saying the Premiership is so much fiercer. Like corners, he said you got someone smacking into you and things like that. He said which you don't get in Italy. That sort of the way it's done. He said it's really really tough. But he was talking about keeping the ball and things like that. Like you've got to play out from the back. But I just don't know this obsession with it that you want to be the possession based team, and I don't know.
I think since we last spoke about Burnley, I think they've conceded 3 goals from trying to play out from the back. I was meant to mention it the other week. Another week and another goal conceded by Burnley trying to play.
Most naive team I've ever seen. And what's funny is I've seen today companies linked with the Bayern Munich job.
I know. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
but maybe if you have got better play, I think if you've got your philosophy, they want to be that Bayern Munich. Then this guy's got that philosophy, and it all comes from Pep. Obviously, it's that philosophy.
Yeah.
But like, it's funny. The Man United team, and I and Neville talk about this a lot. The Man United team of our generation were 4-4-2, and so direct.
I used to love watching Manchester
Me
United.
too. Probably my favourite team of all time to watch.
And you'd say if the other team could get through the first 20 minutes, then they've got half a chance. But
then that Fergie time at the end. Have you watched 99 yet?
I'm halfway through.
I've finished it. I watched it all in a day. I think I watched it. And it's nothing. We're not learning anything new, really. It's quite funny how a lot of them didn't actually really like each other.
I know. Yeah.
Obviously, Andy Cole and Sheringham, and then Keane and Schmeichel and but clearly they all respected each other.
Yeah.
But that mentality, that ethos of working was. And obviously it all came from Ferguson, then Keane. He had like his embodiment of Keane there. But they were just incredible, weren't they?
Like when you think about it, they were freaks, weren't they? Like their mentality, just freakish.
Yeah, they were never happy.
No.
Of winning that. And I suppose City have got that now. City could go on to win the most Premiership trophies. Like what they're doing, they're setting. I think this year, no one's ever won a double back-to-back.
No, yeah.
So they can do that again this year. They break record every single year. Like what they've done is kind of actually, I think, because if you sat now and said, who's the best team in the Premiership? Me and you would probably say Manchester United. But this team, and I was thinking about it on Sunday, it's had so many transitions, this team. Like the transition now is De Bruyne, Foden for De Bruyne, Haaland's that transition. Like you've got loads of different transitions that have happened within that team. Like Gundogan isn't there anymore. Sterling, Mahrez, Aguero. like all players that you thought, "Cool, they're never going to replace them,"
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, maybe they're better, but they're a little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Grealish doesn't
I
play
mean,
now, whereas he was big last year. You got the Doku now who's come in for. I think this guy's fantastic.
Udoku. Now he is exciting. When he gets on the ball, that is very exciting, isn't he? Top player.
So quick, isn't he?
Yeah.
But like the ball he picked out for Foden, he passed that, which wasn't just a cross into the box. It was, and we're probably saying like Haaland hasn't done as well this year, but I think he's still scored 30 odd goals, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think he's got 27 in the Prem.
27 in the Prem. That's not even Europe, and was out for like a couple of months.
For what? Yeah.
And Foden scored 26 goals this year. I can't imagine how many assists, but 26 goals. Like it's actually incredible what they've done. The numbers that they put up are incredible. I think we look at City a bit like, well, they got the best players. And it's almost, but then Man United had the best players. Arsenal had the best players when they won it. Chelsea had the best players when they won it. So they all did have the best players. Leicester are the only ones that didn't.
Yeah.
Blackburn, when they had probably one of the best teams.
Yeah, they had a really good team. Do you think Arsenal win it though if you swap Havertz and Haaland around?
Yeah.
Arsenal win it, don't they? That's what I think they're really missing, Arsenal.
Arsenal didn't have as many injuries as City this year, though. I think that's what we also forget.
Yeah, that's
KDB was out for a long time this year.
Yeah,
Haaland was out. Edison was out.
Rodri missed
their whole back line, actually. And Rodri was suspended as well for some games. This was a harder year. I think this was a harder year for them. I saw Pep at the end and saying that I'm probably closer to leaving than staying because I've been here 7 years now. 6 titles in 7 years. I wonder where they go when he leaves. That will be interesting to see, a new philosophy. Because obviously one team's not going to dominate forever.
No.
We think it is at the time, don't we? But all of a sudden they fall off. And probably you look at Liverpool, they would have won more titles had City not been there.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Because Liverpool at one point, I think, the year they come second, they finished 16 points above the Invincibles.
Did they really?
What, 16 points. And they didn't win the league. Yeah. Which is arguably the greatest Premiership team of all time, which is the Invincibles, because of that. But 16 points better. So that's how good they were.
I don't think Arsenal were that far off what they got that season. This season,
I think they were 3 points. I think it was. It's around that. It's very, very close because I heard someone say it before the game.
Which is just crazy again, isn't it?
But the Arsenal lost 5 games this year. They lost Fulham home and away. That was a big one. And then us, really. That was the 3 games. What did they finish? 2 points off.
Yeah.
1 win. That's all it came down to.
And considering how bad we've been away as well, they must be kicking themselves.
1 win.
You know
that was all it was to put it over the line. So it's really fine margins.
Oh.
And they've ended up with nothing.
Did you hear what Rodri said in his interview, saying that their mentality when they went to City was just to settle for the draw? They played for the draw and they got it. He said City would never do that. They'd always go to try and win the game. And that might be the difference. At the time,
and maybe Arteta learns, there's something he learns from...
Yeah.
And at the time, they were sitting pretty Arsenal, weren't they? They were...
Yeah.
It was a good point for them.
Yeah, and you'd probably say it's a sensible thing to do as well. Like, just,
I think all Arsenal fans, football fans, would have said exactly the same.
Yeah.
But they done really good. I'm interested to see what they'll do in the summer. I think they need a number 9. I wonder if they'll cash in on Jesus, because he's been good for him. It's hard to say that he's been bad, because last year he was very good. He has got the injuries, but I think if they could cash in on him and Zinchenko now, probably, and then getting a couple of better, I think that's the left back is probably where they're a bit weak, isn't it, Arsenal?
Yeah, they've got that Timber's just come back, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was also unlucky
Fantastic
for
in
them, wasn't
pre-season,
it?
didn't
This
he?
year, where he in the
First game
first
out for the
game.
season.
But who knows if he comes back? 'Cause it was a cruciate, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So,
No, so he come on and sub for their
oh, did
last
he?
game. Yeah, yeah. And he looked good, so we'll have to see how
I
how
don't
he is
think they
now.
need much this year.
I just think they need a top striker. I really do.
Yeah.
I think that'd be the difference.
Where do you find one of those in this day and age?
I know. Well, that's the thing. I mean, you're gonna have to. There's not that many around, is there? There's what's his face, Osimhen at Napoli. Is he like he's unproven in the
risk.
Prem as well? It's a risk. It's a big money risk as well.
Yeah. Do you think someone like Ollie Watkins could get him over the line?
Do you know what? I think I've been so impressed with him this season.
So have I.
I think he's been outstanding, and I think he's kind of got everything. You know, he's not. You wouldn't say he's world class, but he's
No, and that's where I
top.
say, should they be looking at better? Because you think he's not even a starter for England. But is there better? You've got a man who's really gone high in the scoring charts this year for Villa.
I think he's been unbelievable this season. Both feet in the air, quick. And the amount of assists he's got as well.
Yeah. I do
don't think
agree.
they're
I
doing
think he's something a bit different. Would he play in that system? I don't know.
No.
But he's someone surely a lot of people are looking at.
He's been brilliant this season. So good.
Because there's just not loads of strikers, is there?
No,
Not proven. I think Ivan Toney, that's done. I don't think he's going anywhere for big money.
The rumours are he's coming to us. I keep hearing them.
And I will love it if he is. But I do think, unfortunately, after the betting scandal, when he's come back, he hasn't really, I think he had a bit of injury, but hasn't really set anything alight. And I think that's probably hurt him. But then there's also, is the attitude right? Is the head right?
Yeah.
Is there, and that's what top clubs are looking at.
Of course. I spoke to a Brentford fan at work yesterday. He's a season ticket holder, and he said that, he hasn't scored in 13 games for a start. And he also said that he had a bit of a dig at the players a few weeks back, and it didn't go down very well at all.
And he's had a couple of digs at Brentford over the time, hasn't he? Like
he has. Yeah. I don't think his attitude's fantastic, to be honest.
No, and I think that's probably why he's never been at a top club.
Yeah.
I would like him. I think I'm hearing Wilfried Zaha being talked about a lot between us. 31 or 32?
Yeah, he's getting on, isn't he?
Don't know.
I mean, it's one of them where
if it's a 1 year deal, yes.
Yeah. If it's not a big fee, 1 or 2 year deal, you can probably suffer that. But anything longer than that, I think it's just a waste of time.
Not exciting, is it?
Not really.
It's a typical West Ham signing, is it? I don't think Galatasaray... And again, another one, never went to a top club. He did, and never got back. Big fish in a small pond. I always felt his attitude was, I don't know, he always had an attitude, chip on his shoulder a little bit. It always felt to me, might be completely wrong, but that's always what it seemed to me with him whenever he spoke.
Yeah, and even when he played sometimes, he's one of them who throws his hands in the air and all, you know what I mean? So, I'm not too excited by that, to be honest.
He probably could do as well. I saw Kerr has left yesterday. Which I think is probably for the best. I think he's in a league that works for him now. What did we get for him in the end?
It was 10 mil.
Kind of what we spent on him.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'd done some good performances for us, but it was overall it wasn't a great signing.
Towards the end, I didn't mind him. I really didn't mind him.
No, he definitely got a lot better. He seemed like a really nice guy, actually. He did seem like a good guy. I wish him all the best with what he does. I just don't think it was a signing that really worked out for anyone.
No, he didn't.
And then, obviously, I'm hearing now Cresswell's going to get another year.
Yeah, I've heard this.
I think it's probably for the English contingency. It's probably cheaper than buying another cover left back. If he's happy with the cover, I think it works. But I think there's a point where we've got to stop with the older player.
Yeah, I think. Do you think it's?
And that's not a dig at him because I think he's fantastic what he's done for West Ham.
No,
but I think if we want to go forward as a club, we keep saying we haven't got a bench. Well, that's the reason why, because we've got a lot of old players on it.
Totally agree. Totally agree with that. I think he's probably because he was meant to be going to Wolves, wasn't he? Was there talk of him going to Wolves?
Yeah, I think that's where he was going to go in the summer.
And do you think that's why he's been given a year now? Because Lopetegui's coming in, who actually
be. And I think the British thing will be a big part of it because he's a homegrown player.
Yeah.
So you need to have him in the squad. So I get it. And also I think we need money to spend elsewhere where actually you probably think, well, it's going to cost us more money to replace a left back going out, and he actually could do another season as a sub. Because I think he's had an all right season this year, actually. Seemed like he's got to grips with being a sub actually a little bit more in the latter. And I thought his performances actually when he played were very good. I think it was only Manchester United that he was very poor. I remember that game, and he was like woeful. And then all of a sudden it kind of woke up. He came on and went off. But yeah, I think he had quite a good season.
He's done all right.
Yeah, I think so. And then obviously we've got Bonner. Doesn't look like he's going to get given another one, which I think's probably
he shouldn't. As much as I've absolutely loved him, he's been brilliant. It's time to, he must be on a fair wage as well now.
Yeah,
it's like
we've got to go younger. We have to now.
Yeah.
Worrying. I'm a little bit worried for West Ham actually for next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am. I think we just got a massive overhaul, and I saw Rob Newman's gone today. All the coaching staff's gone now. So Nolan's gone. Billy McKinley. All of them are now out. So it's a big, big change. Maybe that is what we need as well in some ways. But there's going to be a few that are stuck in their ways there that have been there a long time, and it's kind of could be well, that's not the way we do it round here. Like Antonio's been there a long time, Kress, Fabianski, they've been there quite like so many years now. Even Souček,
Bowen, he's only known more, isn't he? Bowen?
Yeah, all of those have kind of well, actually, some of them even predate him, didn't they? Bilic, Cresswell, and Bonner and Antonio. But yeah, that is a bit of a worry. I think we need a striker so bad. I think we actually need. I think Antonio you could keep him as a backup.
I think so.
Not a bad person to come on, but he shouldn't be a starter next year. He can't be. We've needed a striker for years now, and we have to get this right.
Would you take Solanke or who would you take out of Solanke or Tony?
It's funny, probably you'd say Solanke, but I would probably ear towards Tony.
You quite liked Tony, didn't you?
I've always liked him. I've always really liked him. But I got it wrong with Ben Ramo. It's funny. I wanted that. And Mope. I thought that when they were all together, Ben Ramo, Mope and Watkins, I thought all three were brilliant. But Ben Ramo was my standout. So I've watched Tony for quite some time and said that I've really wanted him. But maybe Solanke is just coming into it now. But I just worry with Solanke, this is the first season he's really done it. Been around for quite a while now. Where did he start? Liverpool or Chelsea?
I think he started at Chelsea.
And then went to Liverpool.
Yeah. And he's never really, it's only the last couple of seasons.
Even Bournemouth, he didn't really do it.
Not to begin with.
So that's what worries me about it, is he just had one good season. Maybe not.
Every time I've seen him this season, I think he's been brilliant.
Me too.
He's one of the strikers who runs it. Like Tony doesn't run the channels at all.
No, and I think we have to buy a striker to whatever system we're going to play. That's what I want us to do, not just buy a striker.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what we're going to play. We're playing wing backs. We're playing because if we're playing wing backs, we definitely need a right back then, because I don't think Soufal's a wing back in the modern era. He's a bit of a 4-4-2 almost right back. I think
school
great
right
player
back.
for us, but
Yeah.
is it time to move him on? He's got a year left. Could we get some
Yeah, I
money
was
in
going to
for
ask you
him?
that.
I think let's go through the squad and do a keep or sell. Fabianski.
Yeah, I mean, no reason to get rid of him.
I
I'd
agree.
definitely keep
I
him.
would keep.
Yeah,
Areola?
definitely keep. Yeah. I mean, look, we spoke about this as well, because it's all going to depend on the style of play. But he's a great goalkeeper. But if we're going to change the style of play, we're going to play it from the back, then he might not be
Yeah.
the goalkeeper we need. I don't know.
And
I mean,
might be
I
able
would
to
say
get some
keep.
good money for him.
I'd imagine he probably would.
Would you take
But I mean,
Ramsdale?
Huh?
Would you take
Would you take
Ramsdale?
Ramsdale? I don't know if I'll take Ramsdale over Areola, but I mean, Ramsdale, he's much better with his feet. I know he's not good enough for Mikel Arteta.
Yeah,
But
we're not going to be Arsenal, so yeah, it's like
no, he's better than. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that.
because I think
I think
Aaron Ramsdale's would probably be 30 million, 40 million. So also the difference, isn't it?
yeah, and you know, and we've only going to have a certain amount of budget, and I wouldn't be spending 30 million
Me
on
either.
a goalkeeper.
I like
Just
Areola,
because
but how many crosses did he miss on Sunday?
I told you, didn't I?
It was a lot,
atrocious.
wasn't it? He really did miss quite a few, didn't he?
He's not good at crosses.
No, he needs to work on that. That's something he really needs to work on. That and distribution, I
He's a
think.
big lad.
Yeah,
I guess he needs to be more, needs to be more aggressive and more commanding,
yeah.
doesn't he?
Shot stopping, he's fantastic. Like, he is so good. Some of his saves that he pulled off on Sunday. Oh, that one from De Bruyne where he just got his fingertips to it. It was...
Yeah, his reflexes.
And
so good.
Doku, just like he's a brilliant shot stopper. Some of his saves are some of the best I've seen, actually. Yeah, so I think we're both in agreement, keep him. And as I say, it depends on the formation a little bit, because you do need a goalkeeper who can play if you can play out from the back. Soufal?
Definitely. I think you keep him. I think, you might be able to upgrade him, but I think you keep him as a backup. But like you said, I guess he's only got 1 year left, so that means he goes on a free at the end of next year. And is it worth getting a bit of money this summer? I don't know.
Yeah, Ryan Sessegnon is available on a free this year.
Ryan Sessegnon,
From
who's
Tottenham.
at Spurs. Yeah, I don't fancy.
Never ever played, has he? Really? I think he had bad injuries.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, not a massive fan of him.
No.
But if we're going to upgrade, then But I still think we keep Kufal. I'd keep him. I think
Ben Johnson.
See, I'm not fussed if he leaves. Let's put it that way. But he's another English quota. Obviously, there's not a transfer fee to get someone else in.
That's the problem. We're losing him for nothing.
And he plays in lots of different positions. So he's worth keeping if it's on a new contract. But again, he's not gonna.
I think I'd go bin.
Would you?
Yeah, I think even putting all that, because I do agree with the transfer. No transfer fee is a big thing for him. I'd rather see someone else get an opportunity now. He's had enough opportunity, and he's not good enough.
He's not good enough.
So I'd rather see another kid get a chance, or I don't think it's a player that's going to come and bite us on the arse. If he goes to Palace or wherever like that, I think he'll have a career. I think, and I'd like to see him go and play every week as well. He seems like a great lad. So I'd like to see him go and play every week. But I think if we want to go forward, we got to get rid of these squad players, because it's the same argument then of the bench next year. We've only got Ben Johnson or Cresswell to come on. It's like, so we've got to change something.
And he's out of contract. So if he signs a new contract, it's going to be what, 4 years?
4 years.
4 or 5 years?
Exactly.
And then you're lumbered with
and he's
him,
not getting better.
No. Yeah. No. It's getting worse.
Zuma.
I think I'd cash in, Sam. I I think I would. I do like, and he still has his moments, but his knees, he just looks so immobile at times towards the end of this
But
season.
again, though, would we get money for him? Would he pass
That's the thing.
medical? I love him. I think he's been brilliant. I think it's just the legs, as you say, don't
Yeah,
look like they're there. I would agree with you. I think at this moment you got. I
if we
think
could
I'd
cash
cash
in.
in if you could get some money, maybe Saudi, the Muslim guy.
And he must be thinking the same thing. He must be thinking like, my performances are dropping. If I can get a bumper contract somewhere else, big payday, you know,
Yeah, I wouldn't be. It might be
while I
good for
can.
everyone.
Yeah,
I'd love to see him get through it and be great, but I just think he's probably, sadly,
I
because he's
think.
not even that old. That's what's
I know.
sad.
I know.
But we'll see. If he could manage to stay at the level he's at or fit, 100% keep. But I think
Mm.
probably on the fact if we got a good offer for him, I think I'd let him go.
If he stays, does he continue as captain?
Yes,
Really?
I quite
I
like him
don't
as
think he's.
captain, but
No, I
I don't
don't
know
think he's a
why.
good
I
captain.
don't see another one there though.
You're right. You're spot on now.
That's what it
You are
is.
spot on.
That's my answer.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of wingers, like because the only other one you say is Bowen.
Mm.
He doesn't strike me as quite a quiet guy, which doesn't mean anything. Scott Parker, I think, was quite a quiet guy, but I've never really been a big fan of wingers captains. They don't. It's not that kind of central role. I think they have to be a
Yeah.
centre
No.
half, a defender, or a centre midfielder. I don't see James Ward-Prowse as our captain because I don't
No.
think he plays. I don't know, but yeah, I'd keep. I like Zuma. He kicked a cat. We're good with that. Yeah,
Sorted here.
yeah. Again,
Oh, get rid for me.
me too.
Yeah, definitely. Especially if we can get a good chunk of money for him. Yeah, definitely get rid.
Mavropanos.
Although,
Oh, go on. What did you say?
although, I was going to say, although he's as a footballer,
The
he's a
best out of the
good
lot.
footballer. He's a good footballing defender, but defensively, he's just not good enough defensively.
And there's talks that Lopetegui likes him as well.
Yeah,
So
left-sided.
maybe we will see him, and maybe that is it. Maybe it's just a system that doesn't work for him. So
Yeah,
could be good. He's definitely not horrendous. His defending has not been good. He just looks a bit weak. That's the problem with him. There's
yeah,
been
it's
definitely
weird because
times where we've gone, "Core, he looks all right." This guy, though.
yeah, oh no, definitely, definitely. And in the World Cup, playing in
Yeah,
the back four, they got to the semi-final. He was brilliant.
yeah. So maybe, but if we could cash in, I would.
I would too. Yeah.
Mavropanos.
I think I'd keep Mavropanos.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be starting, but I
No.
think he's a good backup. I think he's a good backup.
Yeah, he's done all right. Depending on what we could get for him, I would cash him if we could
Price
put
is
it
right.
together to put another couple of together. That's what I
Yeah.
would be saying.
I totally agree with that. You know, if the price is right, I'd get rid of him. But I'm happy. I'm
Me
happy to
too. I
keep
think
him.
he's had an all right debut season. Emerson.
I would keep. I think he's
Me
had
too.
I think he's had a decent season. Just tailed off towards the end a little bit, but the whole team has, so you can't
Yeah.
really put that on. Yeah, no, he's been good, and yeah. I'd keep Emerson.
Cress.
I mean, I would have probably binned him if. Yeah, I probably would have binned
Me
him. I mean,
too.
it sounds like he's going to sign a new contract, but I think I probably would have.
And
Get
with the
someone.
same thought of, is there a kid that could do the job? Like give some bit of youth a chance. Is there someone we could
Yeah.
buy? And then Emerson's maybe fighting with him as a bit
Well,
more
that's what.
competition. Because
That's how it
Emerson
should be.
knows he just starts. That's
Yeah.
my theory. So I wouldn't have given him a new contract.
No.
Souček.
I would. again, it's one of them. I think I would keep Sue. I think he's more important than a lot of people give him credit for.
Yeah.
And I think I would want him in the squad. I wouldn't necessarily say he's going to start, but I think he's definitely a very valuable member of the squad. I think I would keep it, unless we get stupid money, like really big
Which we're
offer
not
comes
going
in.
to for someone like
But
that.
no, I don't think so. I would keep him.
Yeah, same.
Great, he's got a great attitude as well.
Same.
Yeah,
Alvarez?
yeah, I'd keep Alvarez definitely.
What about if there was a big offer for him? 65
Yeah, I mean,
million. Let's just say 65
yeah,
million.
I mean, you're open. I'll be open to. I'll be open to that because I think it's a position. It's a very important position, but I do think it's a position that you can fill with half of that money, basically.
Yeah, I'm not against
Like
you.
we did.
Flynn Downs.
I do like him though. I do like him. I would keep Flynn Downs. I thought he was in these early games last season. I thought he'd done really well.
Yeah, he
But
did.
then towards the end of the season, I thought you could see where he was a little bit limited. Like he done all the good things in terms of winning the ball, but he just played it so simple. And I think in the Premier League, you need to be better on the ball. You need to be looking for the sort of not defense splitting passes, but just breaking the lines passes forward. And he would just play it simple every single
Yeah.
time. It's like we need more than that. But I would definitely keep him. I mean, he's had a fantastic season at Southampton. Their manager calling him the best player in the league, one of the most important players in the league. Their manager was saying.
Yeah.
I think he's got to be excited there, but he's been good. And he's English. He's a West Ham boy. I'll definitely keep him. But then Southampton, if they get promoted, they might come in with quite a big offer for him.
Yeah, and then
So
if you get a 20 mil or something like that, I think you then go.
then you've got to think about it, haven't you?
Who else? James Ward-Prowse.
And this might be a bit controversial, but I would bin James Ward-Prowse if we get a decent amount of money for him.
Same as me.
I've not been impressed enough, Sam. Set pieces, great. Apart from that, he works hard. He works hard, and he's an honest, a good pro. Great attitude, great.
Oh, everything about him's been great.
Yeah, it's just not quite good enough. I don't think.
I don't either. I'm agree with you. There was all that big fanfare for him to play in England. I think Southgate got it right.
Yeah.
But just because he scores free kicks and corners, he's very known for that. And I think if you took that out of his game,
there's not much else there.
Very similar to Nobes in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I think Nobes slightly better on the ball.
Yeah, so do I. Yeah, I agree.
In terms of part,
yeah,
he could see a pass.
And James Ward-Prowse is slightly better with the free kicks and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good set delivery. Set piece is great. But if we got an offer for him, I would take it because it'd be nice to refresh in there.
Yeah, and he's not getting any younger either, is he? Do you know what I mean?
No. Bowen.
Yeah, of course, keeping him.
Yeah. Kudos.
No doubt. Yeah, again, no doubt.
What if you got a big offer?
See, this is the thing.
80, when you're talking 80s or something like that for him.
Yeah, I don't think because he's got that release clause for next summer. I don't think I would for 80 this summer. I think we need him this season. I think.
Yeah, I agree. Really I love him. I think he's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, you're only looking to sell him if it's going to be like for the benefit of the squad and we can improve this. Because otherwise, you'd never want to sell him, would you?
No. Paqueta.
Yeah, I think I've been him, Sam. I don't think, which is outrageous because how talented he is. But again, this is one where it's a lot of money that we're probably going to get for him, and we could do with it to build the squad in other areas.
Well, that's my kind of point. If you could sell Agard, Paqueta, Kudos, and Alvarez, you could rebuild a complete different team. Now, it depends on who you can bring in, obviously. But I'm sure if we've obviously got a scout network and everything, that we've got this thing, just for the money that I generate, I kind of would be quite interested to see a whole new team.
Yeah, and I honestly think it's only really like Paqueta has his moments where he's brilliant, but it's only really Kudos who we'd really, really miss out of those players you just named.
Yeah, and not that I want to sell any of them actually,
No.
but obviously I'm looking at we haven't got the money as City to go and just buy the whole new team. Whereas if you sold them three, you could go and buy strikers, winger, couple of midfielders, centre halves, a left back, right back. So you're all of a sudden you go, "Oh, this is a different club," and build the team
Yeah.
around Bowen
Yeah.
and actually make him the main man, which I think he needs to be next year.
I think so too. Yeah, definitely. And I think he'll want to be as well. And
I don't want to see him
deserves to be.
jumped around position next year. I like him on that right. I much prefer him on the right.
Yeah.
We need a centre forward next year.
I think Kudos will probably play if Paqueta goes.
He
I think
goes in
Kudos
that
will
number
probably
10, doesn't he? That's the thing. And then you go, well, if you buy Zaha, let's just say, all of a sudden, Kudos is your replacement. You go, well, that's a good replacement. Zaha's a good left winger. And what about Ben Rahama?
See, I was never his biggest fan, although I know he's got lots of ability. But like we've mentioned before, I don't think he's ever played in his best position. And he's not like obviously Moyes wanted him to track back, to work hard, shut people down. I just don't think that's his game
It's
at
not.
all. So it's been a bit unfair to him. I think playing him in his preferred position where he can just attack, we might see a different player. I mean, he's been setting the world alight for Leon in this towards the end of this season.
And that's exactly it. I'd also like to see Paqueta playing the 8.
Yes, yeah. Which is where he plays for Brazil.
Give him a bit more responsibility. Not left.
Yeah.
And then Kudos in front of him. Be nice to see that. Because he never plays it.
Yeah.
And then have Alvarez and Paqueta and Kudos in front. All of a sudden, it's a different side. And I think that's what I'd like to see next year. Players played in positions. Or let them go, only if you get big money from them. But I would be very sad to see Kudos, Paqueta and Alvarez go. But I think Alvarez, they need to get to grips with them bookings. Got another stupid booking on Sunday. Another one. And
that's crazy.
I think that's a real flaw in his system. And that's why I would sell him. Because I think he misses too many games through suspension.
Yeah.
And I think, as you said, if you could get big money, like 65 mil or something like that for him, I think you look and go. I don't know if he'd generate that sort of money, though, to be honest with you. But if you could, it's a lot of money for that, isn't it?
It's a lot. It is. You've got to be.
Because this is a big rebuild. We've got a big rebuild. I'm hope we get it done early, not late. Hope we go and identify the people, bring them in quick. We've got the Euros, that's going to slow everything down. And then are we going to be then haggling around with everything at last minute? And that's why you'd say, well, I'd rather keep them all rather than... I wonder if the City bid comes for Paqueta. I don't think it will.
Don't you?
No, I don't think they need... I just don't understand where on earth that he would play for City. Maybe as the 8 next to Rodri. Like instead of Bernardo Silva or...
Yeah.
But they talk of Bernardo Silva maybe going to Barcelona or wherever it is. Maybe that's the replacement. But he's definitely not going to be the 10, is he? He's got the 2 best players in the world in that position. So that... And then left wing, you've got Grealish and Doku.
Yeah, he won't play left wing. It's only Moyes who plays him left wing.
No, he's not that. He's not a left winger, especially not in City's way. They attack down the wings. It's kind of So yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see, but I don't think they'll come in for the bid.
Well, and if they don't, I don't think anyone will.
No, neither do I.
Not for 85 mil.
No. So and then hopefully it goes away, and then he comes back. He was.
Yeah, with a point to prove, sort of thing.
Yeah, I kind of hope that because I really do like him. He's so fun to watch.
He's got so much ability, isn't he?
And just before we wrap up here, Euros, obviously. The Jared Bowen's just been called up to the provisional squad. Do you think he gets in it?
I was trying to do the maths.
So it was
earlier,
like there's 7 players to be cut, isn't there? And one of those is a goalkeeper. So it's really 6 players to be cut.
6 players, and then there's like, was it 5 players who haven't had a cap before?
Quansah, I think he's not going to be there.
He's not.
The guy from Palace, I don't even know his name. Wharton, is it? Mark Wharton?
Yeah, good player.
See, I don't know anything about him. I would think he's probably not going to go. So that's with a goalkeeper, that's 3 already gone. There's only 3 more to go. I don't think he takes Maddison.
I don't think he does either.
No, I think Maddison could be gone.
I actually think it's out of Bowen and Maddison.
I also don't think Tony goes either. I think he's going to take 2 strikers.
Do you?
I think it'll be Watkins and Kane. Although he probably will. When you think of it, you probably do need. If one of them gets injured,
squad,
you need to take 3 strikers, don't you?
Got to take 3, unless he feels like
Well, there's Cole Palmer,
like
Bowen, that could play up there. Not that you'd want to.
I think he'd take 3. I think Maddison. I think it's going to be out of Bowen and Maddison. I really do.
Yeah, I really hope Bowen goes because I think he really deserves it.
I don't think Curtis Jones will go.
Curtis Jones, that was the other one. I don't think
Brathwaite will go either.
You don't think he'll go?
Even though, well, he's left-sided, so that might be the thing that makes it.
See, I think he might go. I'm just trying to find the squad here.
He's had a good season.
Right, here we go. So, in the defenders, Dunk, Branthwaite, Dunk, Gomez, Gare from Palace, Konsa, Maguire, Quansah, Shaw, Stones, Trippier, Carl Walker. I'm here. I heard that Luke Shaw is touch and go over fitness, so he could be one.
I've heard that he's probably not going to make it.
Yeah, and you'd probably say
Dunk ain't going.
Dunk isn't going there. There's 2 there, and the goalkeeper's going to get chopped as well. So because he's not going to take 4 goalkeepers. That's 3.
I don't think Quansah will go either.
No.
Did you say it?
Yeah, Jarrell Quansah. No, I don't think he'll go. Is he from Liverpool? Yeah, he's played 5 games, and he's definitely not going. I wouldn't think. Then you've got
his first time he's been called up.
Trent, he'll go. Conor Gallagher, I think he'll go. Curtis Jones, I don't think he'll go. Mainu, he'll go. Rice, and Wharton, who I don't think will go. Then you got Bellingham, Bowen, Eze. That's one I think will get the chop. It's going to be between Bowen and Eze, I think. Then you've got Grealish, he's definitely going. Foden's definitely going. Anthony Gordon's definitely going. Kane definitely going. Cole Palmer will definitely go. Saka will definitely go. Watkins will definitely go. Tony and Maddison. They're the other 2.
Yeah. I don't think. I think Eze should go over Maddison, but obviously Maddison's more central. But I think Eze should go over Maddison. Maddison's not been good.
But then you've got Cole Palmer. Then you've got Cole Palmer, Bellingham, Foden that can all play that central 10.
Yeah. So I don't think Maddison should go at all.
No, I don't think I think he misses out. I'd love to see Cole Palmer play more.
He's been unbelievable. Cole Palmer.
I can still remember the first time I ever watched him. I said, "This guy's going to be an unbelievable player."
Oh really?
Yeah. I was so hoping we got him because we was well in for him last year. I don't think we'd paid him 17 million or something. And another great one. We were haggling, I think, at 15 and went for 35 in the end, didn't he? Same with Doku, I think.
Oh, yeah. It was in for him as well, weren't we?
In for them all. Messi.
We tried.
We tried.
We tried.
So close. The England squad looks exciting, though, doesn't it? Was Maguire in it?
Who?
Maguire was in it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Maguire's in it. Dyer
Yeah.
wasn't though. And he's had a
Dyer
pretty
wasn't
good
in it
season.
at all.
See, I like he's coming towards the end of his career, but he's had a good spell in Bayern, and
Yeah.
you'd rather take him over like that young Quansah guy.
Yeah. Or
Um,
Mark Gay.
but then, but then, if he's not going to take Quansah in the final squad, it might be good experience for him just to be a part of the squad anyway.
Yeah.
If he's not going to take either of them, it's probably better for Quansah to be part of
I
the
thought
provisional squad.
Southgate has done it really well with Rashford and Henderson and Reece James
Yes, Sterling as well.
and Sterling.
Yeah.
He's been ruthless. And now there's no talk about, are they going to play? They're going to this. I think he's done that really well. They didn't deserve to go.
Yeah.
I was very adamant with Rashford that he shouldn't be going. I saw Paul Mercer go mad thinking he should be going, but and I do get his point. He was saying that he's played tournament football, and tournament football, that experience is so big. But he's been rubbish. So really, you got to look at yourself, haven't you?
Yeah. He's only got himself to blame.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough. So his performances have definitely not been good enough this year. They've been really far off it. So I actually think Southgate's made really good decisions.
Yeah.
And I think like whoever now, if Bowen don't go and Maddison goes, it's still a good decision. Like I really hope Bowen goes though.
But they've got some friendly. Have they got 2 friendlies before he?
And there'll be some players that won't play. I think people like Quansah and things like that, I don't think you'll even see him play.
No, they won't. He needs to find out
The fourth choice goalkeeper. I don't think you'll see him.
No,
I don't think they'll feature. I think they're going just for because they are going to be next England squads.
Yeah,
and I think that's great.
Exactly.
Take them up there, great. But yeah, I really do hope that we play Rice, Bellingham, Foden in the middle. I think that will be where Gareth could win over the nation on the first game and say, we are going for it.
Bellingham as the 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foden has got to be in that 10. He's got to be.
It has to be.
And Bellingham's good enough to play in the 8. He can do it. Because really, he wasn't a 10 before he went to Madrid. He kind of been put in there this year and been brilliant, without a doubt. Look, and in games come on, we can push him up there. We can do stuff. But you can take Foden off. You can put on Mainu. You can put Bellingham forward. It changes around. But we have to see that. I really hope Gareth don't get this wrong. So I think he can win the fans over very quickly.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I think Anthony Gordon's nailed on for that left wing spot.
I do too. I think he's had a fantastic season.
And actually, we haven't really got any other left wingers, have we?
No, we haven't.
It's a shame for Bowen. If he was a left winger, I think Bowen is nailed on for it. Like it's a... Because Saka starts, without a doubt. He will start.
He loves Saka.
And then I think Cole Palmer is the sub for maybe number 10s, number thing. And that's a great sub coming on. Like, it really is. And maybe then even Bowen coming on and getting crosses in is a sub as well. I think he's so direct, Bowen.
Yeah.
And he can score.
Scores goals, doesn't he?
He's one of them players almost when the chips are a bit down, that he's going to battle.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think he deserves to be in the squad.
So do I really do. And I think maybe if he misses out, I think it's because he's not high profile enough.
Yeah, no, that is exactly it.
But so good luck to Jarrett Bowen. I think that is it for us. We are wrapping up for the season here today. So we come back next season, bigger and stronger. But what you got planned over summer?
Well, I'm going to a couple of the England games. I'm going to the second and third group games. Was that Denmark and Slovenia? And then I guess it depends on how far we get. I'll probably go out there again, depending on who we play.
I might even come with you, because I'm coming back. So I probably will even come, depending on. Although I do love London in a tournament.
I know. That's what I was thinking.
It's so fun. I'll probably put like a screen in the garden and do that, and then do a barbecue. I love that, where all the kids can be involved and everyone wears an England shirt. It's fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think with England, it's something special about being around people you're close to for those games, rather than being with a load of strangers,
And
sort of
and
thing.
that
It's like,
kind of I was a bit like that. I thought, you know what, England in the tournament, it's just like everyone's happy, aren't they?
yeah,
And then the
yeah,
flags on the car and the shops, and it's just such a
really feel
lovely
good.
place to be when it. Have you watched just quickly? Have you watched the England final thing on Netflix?
No, no, I haven't
Cool.
actually. Obviously, I went, but is it worth a watch?
Yeah, it's quite damning actually.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
It was
Um,
very
I knew it wasn't.
scary. It's amazing how nobody died that day. Like,
Oh, really?
actually, you realise how dangerous football grounds actually are. How we never saw like a repeat of Hillsborough, and actually, the saving grace of it was, well, there was two things: that it was COVID and there was 25,000 spare seats, but that was also really the cause of people knew that, so that's why they got in.
Um,
And the second thing, which was the kind of reason there wasn't a death, was England lost. And as soon as they lost, the fans just walked away because they were all outside waiting to come in for when they got the World Cup again. You should watch it. It's only one episode.
yeah,
In
it
actual
was.
fact,
I'm
all
sold to
football
it.
fans should watch that because
Okay.
what we all think's a bit of a laugh, you actually
Yeah.
realise how quickly lots of people could die. And actually, the drinking, they were throwing bottles in the air, what they think's a laugh, coming down on people, smashing all their heads to pieces, little kids. There was like an Italian man walking through with his daughter who was 6 or young. And then there's people started throwing beer cans at them and things like that. But what happened was they were never prepared for it. The game was at 8 p.m. and people arrived at Wembley at 9 and they started drinking. So they were drinking for 11 hours. It all started fun and games, and then all of a sudden it turned, got nasty, and then people start having irrational thoughts of, well, let's break into the stadium, let's get in, let's do this, let's climb buses and fall off. And so and they never had enough police to deal with it because they thought, like the whole tournament, everyone was going to be in central London. But it's a really, really good documentary because it's all done sort of in real time, like, as it's going. They shut the stadium down about 3 times. They turned but then what happened was they turned the turnstiles off, and then the crush comes, so they have to light them back up again because people are still coming from behind, and the people at the front can't go any further, so they're slowly getting crushed to death. And then they light them up again, so they let the people through. You don't realise what actual people run in a stadium, what they kind of go through, how many lives it's like 50, 60, 80, 90,000 lives that are all in one spot. And I'd never even thought of it myself, of all the stupid things you do, and you kind of go, fuck, actually, how dangerous a big crowd is. It's that mob mentality and...
Yeah. Yeah, and once people have been boozing all day, like, you've got no chance of any, sensible,
Quite sad,
rational
actually,
thing.
because it was a bad representation of Britain, actually.
Yeah, and in one of the real sort of not masterpieces, but can't think of the word I'm looking for. But
Like
it's
a
a
marquee
massive
event, like a
occasion.
big thing about the
Yeah,
country and things like that, especially.
yeah,
But also, it kind of also boiled down to where people have been locked down in COVID. So they kind of come out, this was a big, we're allowed out today, and just went bananas.
so it was so weird because I went to the Germany game. So the Germany game, I think, was it the last 16 or something like that.
Yeah, well, we
That was the
won.
first game. Yeah, so that was the first game at Wembley where fans were allowed back in. I think it
Yeah,
was 20,000 or something like that. And it was probably, arguably, one of the best atmospheres I've ever been to in any game. It
because
was such
people
a
were so
feel good.
jolly.
People were so happy just
Yeah.
to be there and not see the result. It was just amazing. But then for that final, obviously I was there, and I was there early for that as well. And like you said, it started off similar, and then there's just a sort of darker undertone as the day went on. I missed all of what you've just said when I was there, but yeah, I can completely
Yeah,
understand
watch it.
everything you're
I
saying.
definitely say watch it.
Cool,
Right, I've got to
I
go to
will
work,
do.
so I can see my guys turn up, so I've literally got to leave right now. But thank you very much to
Mate,
everyone who's listened this year. From me, Sam Palmer, goodbye.
And from me, Addy Chard, it's goodbye also.
Come on, you
And we'll,
Irons.
come on, you Irons. See you next season.